Finding Joy, Jackson's own Jan Janke.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, Andy and Bart.
Good to see you.
You too.
This book is awesome. I've browsed it. I haven't had a chance to read the whole thing, but it's got so much. I mean, even if you read like one page, you're going to get some positive inspiration from it.
Yeah.
I hope so. That's the goal.
Joy is good. You know, I saw this the other day. The average person has like 60,000 thoughts per day. 75% of which are repetitive and like 80 of which are negative. So we need joy. Now, I know those numbers might be a little off, but it's important. Tell us a little bit about how you chose joy.
I didn't choose joy, it chose me.
Yeah.
I think, it's how we're wired.
Yeah.
And that's my whole premise for the book, is that when you know who you're created to be and you are becoming who you are created to be, that is true joy. And I just think that's how it works. That's what I've learned from teaching, and that's what I've learned from coaching. I'm a joy coach. So my God-given purpose, everybody is created on purpose for a purpose. So I'm going to tell you the truth about you.
Oh, no.
Are you ready?
Sure,
Yes?
sure. Which
Okay.
one?
I will tell both of you.
All
This
right,
is true
sure.
for each person who's
everybody.
listening.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So the truth about you is that you are extraordinary.
Thank you, Jan. And I know that I'm extraordinary. No, I'm just kidding.
And you're humble too,
I'm
right?
just kidding. I am humble.
Yeah.
I need to be more humble.
We all are, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody
Everyone
is
is.
extraordinary. And you were created for a purpose, and when you're living that purpose, then that's where the joy is, even when it's difficult. And my mission, my God-given purpose for this life, is to splash His love and joy on to everyone. And that's my personal mission. My professional mission is to guide others to their joy. So ideally, everything I'm doing should align with that. So when I do, and I'm just going to say, there was a little pause in that after my husband, Charlie, died. And what was very cool is that my friends who know my purpose they held that space for me. They knew that I would get my joy back. And it's been almost 3 years, and it's taken me almost that long to feel normal. But knowing your purpose gets you through those hard things. In fact, there's a quote, "Joy is the oxygen for doing hard things."
Well, I noticed in your book you talk about Charlie, and you really address your life with Charlie, warts and all.
I do. I tell on myself. I tell on him too.
So you have a workshop coming up, and people can get a chance to meet you and talk with you. Tell us about when and what that is.
Yes, thank you. It's Saturday at the Spring Arbor branch of the library, and it is from noon to 2. It's designed, I will have it so if you can only come for the first hour, that will work. And all you need to do is just call the library, 750-2030, to register. And just come, and it's interactive. That's why we called it workshop. So we'll talk about, my intention for everybody who comes is to have leave with one thing that you can do for your joy.
Should people come with some baggage?
Oh, we all do. We all have stuff. Yeah.
Jan always sends me very nice words of encouragement during the week. So I always have joy to start my week. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
What about you're driving down Wildwood Avenue and someone cuts you off?
Just joy around them.
Joy around them?
Yeah.
Joy around them.
Well, and that's where you take a deep breath and say, okay, how do I want to respond to this on a good day? You
Absolutely.
do that. Yeah.
So that's
a good question.
What's the target audience? Who would you like to see come to the workshop?
Anyone who feels like they're wanting more joy and wanting to be intentional, learn about it. I love this because I get to share my people.
Yeah.
I mean, there are real people in this book, and we can learn from them. So to be able to share that with others who are open, do you know there's somebody that you love, and I know you haven't read the whole thing, which is fine, but I hope you do. And the book is available on Amazon as well. So if I had an audio, would you listen to it?
Depends
Okay.
on who read it.
If you read it.
If you
I
read it.
I am going to read it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my
Yes.
next project.
Now you've got a couple of things marked.
I have a lot of things marked.
Were you going to read something?
Read me something.
I would
tonight.
love to read you something. I was hoping you would ask. And there's a place in the intro, I'm just going to bait you a little bit. Somebody that you know and love, I talk about him.
Is his first name Wild?
No? Oh, well, it might be to you. Wild Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So I talk about what one of my kids said. You gotta wanna.
Yeah.
You got to want joy. One of my fifth graders' wisdom. Thank you. It's
Yeah,
okay
sure.
to read part?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it. a little.
Okay, so this is about Charlie, and I do tell on us, things that we do. So when Charlie retired from coaching, I put together a scrapbook and asked for letters from fellow coaches, and he made such a profound impact all over the state, and I got beautiful letters from people. And thankfully he was, he could see it and read it, but he was so humble. He just was. And Charlie, and you know him, so he didn't really talk like this, but he said, God put me on this earth to coach. And he did. And he was so focused on that. And it just, that was a big statement. So one of the letters that came, and this is a page. Can I read this page?
Sure.
Go for
Because
it.
this may be a really hopeful thing to people too. This is from, and I'm going to say this, Bruce Petoskey.
Okay.
And he was a runner in the 70s, I
Okay.
believe. So Bruce says, Coach Janke's influence has been a constant with me. One of the many valuable lessons I learned from Coach Janke is get back up. In a dual meet, he put me in the mile run. I was a 2-miler, but Coach had confidence in my abilities to earn points for the team. So the race began. In the first turn, I got tangled up with another runner's feet, and down I went on the cinder track with a concrete curb. I was confused and hurt, but more importantly, on my back as the other runners were continuing on. Through the din, I heard the distinctive voice of Coach Janke from over 50 yards away. Get up! Get back in the race! And I can't do that like Charlie did. So that's what I did, Bruce says. I didn't win that race as Coach Janke had anticipated, but I did finish second. Get back up. What a great lesson to learn. Life is full of adversity. My wife and I lost our child when I was in Scotland, thousands of miles away from home. Get back up. The loss of a recommendation for advancement due to a disciplinary action while I was in the Navy. Get back up. My unexpected heart attack with complications. Get back up. I am eternally grateful to have experienced life with Coach Janke.
Very
That's
nice.
neat.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, so your purpose, and when you live in your purpose, it matters. And I'm proud to live with somebody who
Awesome.
did that. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so you tell us that, we all are extraordinary, we all have a purpose. There might be people that say, well, I don't know what my purpose is. Is there a way to find out what your purpose, your God-given purpose is?
Of course there is. When
Jan can tell you
Yes,
after a
yeah.
while. Jan's
Well-
told me before.
Kind of. But I do have a workshop because when I realized how important it is that people know their purpose, and so many things that I read said, figure out your God-given purpose. Well, I don't think you can do that on your own. So I developed a 2-session, 90-minute session workshop, and I can do it on Zoom or in person. And so people can just give me a shout. Yes, you have the
Yes.
flyer.
Yeah. And
Let's
you
pull
can-
that up
yeah.
one more time, the flyer, and then, hopefully you guys can to join the
Yeah, come
workshop.
Saturday to the Spring Arbor branch, and you can also reach Jan at janjanke@comcast.net. Jan, thanks for coming
Thank you,
in.
Jan.
Oh, thank you very much. I love being here with you.
author of Splashes of Spirit, A Guide to Joy, Janke. More of the morning show after this.